I just got my period. 5 words that can make you incredibly happy or incredibly sad. But happy or sad, nobody can deny that these 5 words are also followed by about 5 days of discomfort, pain, cramps, irritation, hunger cravings, and God knows what else. On top of this, it's 5 days of thinking about ways to deal with it. Should I use tampons or sanitary napkins? Do I have enough money to buy what I need? Oh, I'm in a public place and there are no pharmacies nearby. What do I do? If you're uncomfortable with this topic, you need to stay tuned in because we are going to talk about fixing a huge problem affecting literally half the population in the world. I'm Shibani Gokhale, a human rights lawyer turned journalist, and this is So You Wanna Fix, the show where we talk about our biggest problems and figure out how we can use the law to help fix them. World Bank estimates that more than 500 million women across the world are living without access to adequate facilities for menstrual health management. Yes, you heard that right. At least 500 million women are living in what's called period poverty. Why? Money, unfair taxation, inadequate legislation, and stigma. In many countries across the world, these products are also taxed at anywhere between 2 to 20%. It can even go up to 25% in some places. Now, while Canada has done away with this particular hurdle, as in sanitary products are not taxed here, the cost of sanitary products is still exorbitantly high. The average price of a pack of products is around $10 in major cities, but the prices increase as you go away from the city. And the same packs cost upwards of $17 in First Nations and Indigenous communities. According to a 2018 report by Plan International Canada, 1/3 of Canadian women under the age of 25 cannot afford sanitary products. These high prices result in menstruating women sometimes using subpar means to protect themselves, like tissues, dirty clothes, or toilet paper. And you know what this means? They can get sick because of infections, which can mean missing school or work. Separate studies in both the US and the UK found that 1 in every 4 teenage girls has missed class because they didn't have access to tampons or pads. It's a vicious cycle because missing school makes it much harder for them to graduate and find the kind of jobs that would enable them to pay for the expensive sanitary products. But it can be fixed. How, you ask? We need new laws which will improve access to all sanitary products. So what would these new laws do? First of all, they would get rid of the unfair tax on sanitary products, also called the tampon tax. Now, I know Canada has done this, but most states in America and so many other countries have not, and it's the first basic step towards price reduction. New laws or new provisions can also ensure that sanitary products are subsidized by the government. So instead of costing $10, they would cost something like $3, and the government takes the hit. In fact, a survey of 1,500 Canadians found that 65% think governments should subsidize menstrual hygiene products. The government could also cap prices on products. So they would basically set a price limit and demand that companies cannot exceed that. A law could mean sanitary products are covered by insurance. Why aren't they anyway? It's a medical requirement for half the population? Stands to reason that health insurance should cover them, especially in countries with universal health care. One other provision laws could provide, and this one is basic, mind you, is free products in schools, hospitals, clinics, and colleges. Are we really forcing teens and sick people to go to pharmacies and buy these products for $10 a pop? Nuh-uh. One country said no. New Zealand has just started offering free sanitary products in all its schools. Free sanitary products at airports, bus stations, and train stations would also be useful. Now, all of these provisions are amazing, but there's one provision that could supersede all of the above. Can you guess? Countries providing sanitary products free of cost, everywhere and every time. No, people, this is not some utopian idea I dreamt of one day. Scotland actually did this. It's the first country in the world to make sanitary products free for all. The country approved the period products bill in late 2020, and there is now a legal duty on all local authorities to ensure that free items such as tampons and sanitary pads are available to anyone who needs them. The law gives those who need the products the ability to reasonably choose which ones they want and even have them delivered if needed. It was passed unanimously by the parliament, and many said that access to sanitary products is a fundamental right to equality and dignity. It's a landmark piece of legislation that has made other countries take a step back and evaluate their own attitudes toward period poverty and period products. The law also calls for these products to be made obtainable reasonably easily and in a way that respects the dignity of persons obtaining them. Now, why would a law need such words? Because of the stigma. A UK study found that 71% of 14 to 21-year-olds felt embarrassed buying period products. But they shouldn't. You need these products to survive. Scotland is also placing a lot of emphasis on improving sex education and menstruation awareness amongst the younger generation, something that all other countries can emulate. There needs to be a focus on educating those who don't need these products so that they can better understand those who do. In some countries, menstruating girls or women are considered dirty or unclean. They're not allowed to enter kitchens or temples and are forced to live in different rooms. Though these beliefs may run deep, I think all of this can be countered through education and awareness. And that can best happen if the government were to pass laws to ensure schools, colleges, community centers, and clinics are conducting drives and seminars to educate people about menstruation. These laws need to be enacted on provincial and federal levels in all countries. So what can you do about this? First, do some research and figure out what are the laws concerning period products in your country or province. Watch this video again and figure out where they can improve. Also subscribe and share, because remember, creating awareness is the first step. Okay, once you've figured out what can be improved, find out who your political representatives are and which of them support eliminating period poverty. Contact them. Use websites like change.org, start petitions, and get some signatures. Contact human rights groups in your area and ask them where you can lend a hand. Many people assume that because these are macro-level problems, they're only macro-level solutions. But that's not true. If many people contribute and do their micro-level bit, it can lead to macro-level change. If you like this video, comment and let me know which problem you want to fix in the next episode.